Health and survival plan. I got the survival plan for you. This is up close and personal with stories that I experienced in recently in the emergency department that still to this moment I'm moved by. Sometimes practicing medicine, you don't realize that a person is human. Like I'm human. I have emotions and I realize in certain scenarios I'm limited. I was taking care of Brian the other day, 31-year-old Brian. He was brought in by ambulance. He was at work, Brian, cashier at a local restaurant. He was brought in, not breathing, and he was intubated. He had a tube in his throat to help deliver oxygen to his lungs. And so Brian wasn't breathing. Young guy, 31 years old, shoulder length hair. He was noticed by his coworkers to reach for his inhaler. He was using his inhaler frantically, trying to get the inhaler to work. And apparently there wasn't any medication in there, and Brian collapsed, and ambulance was called, and he was brought in. And in one pocket was his inhaler, and in the other pocket was a pack of cigarettes. So Brian appeared to have asthma, and he smoked. So he was brought in, not breathing. I worked ferociously on Brian. I pulled out all the medical tricks I know, gave him medications through an IV. I pressed on his chest, all in an attempt to get his heart to start again, which had stopped because he wasn't breathing and his heart surrendered to lack of oxygen. And so at 31 years old, Brian was a student at a local college. He had aspirations of becoming an accountant. At 31 years old, I pronounced Brian dead. Dead. Gone. Erased. And that's one side of the story. The other side is his father, Roger, and his mother, Eileen, showed in the emergency department shortly thereafter. And to have to tell them that their son is dead was almost impossible. Only because when Roger heard the words come out my mouth that all was done, I exhausted every medical possibilities, and unfortunately, your son passed away. Roger looked at me as if the words that I said had zero penetration. There was no way possible that Roger could imagine his son, Brian, gone. So as I was telling him the story, he started to digest it, but then he started to blame me as being the cause of his son's death, as if I caused his son to die. And I get it. I mean, you have to feel the need to blame someone sometimes in moments of strong, impossible, and unfathomable truth. But in this case, you have to learn sometimes as well, you have to learn how to accept the truth. And I know it's difficult. Just as if me feeling limited in this situation is difficult, accepting the truth is very difficult. And the truth of the matter is that if Brian didn't smoke, that if Brian was compliant with his medication, if Brian had his inhaler that day, there's a strong likelihood that Brian would be here right now, that he would still be attending college, looking towards his senior year, finishing up, starting as an accountant. But he's gone. And so as Roger and Eileen sat with Brian and family members arrived, Roger ran out of the room. Dr. Davis, he's breathing again. I think I saw his chest move. And I had to put my arm around his father and say to Roger, who stood about 5'10", medium built, salt and pepper hair, had his glasses on. I had to look in his eyes and tell him that I don't think that's possible, that he's gone, We can all learn something. You can learn something. I can learn something from this moment. As difficult as a moment as it is, you have to do the necessary things in life to have a long life. That you're here for your loved ones, because now that Brian is gone, his family is here to suffer without him being around. There's no more holidays. There's no graduation. There's no wedding plans. There's no grandchildren. He's gone. So these moments are always tough for me to digest, especially when a person is so young and the situation is so preventable. But I'm limited and I'm human. and there's so much I can do. And Roger and Eileen and his family, close family members, they had to accept the fact that he's gone as well. And it could have probably been different. I'm sure it would have been different. But here's the thing. Let us all learn from this. Don't smoke. Take your medications. If you have asthma or some breathing problem, know that you have your inhaler handy. Know that you have control over your medical ailments. If not for you, for your loved ones. Because this one hurts and it stays with you for a long, 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 long time. I'll never forget them.